You know that seedy neighborhood you didn't move into? That's Critical Hit. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, world, and welcome to another episode of Critical Hit, a podcast where we drink beer and talk about everything. I'm your host, Red King, and with me always is Crimson and Crone Award.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Tonight, we are back on television. Only this time, it's the bad shit. We're going through our worst, personally our worst, least favorite TV show ever.
Yeah, yep. It's gonna be like those weird fucking peanuts, those candy peanuts, but TV.
Circus peanuts?
Yeah, those things are fucking horrible.
And we are trying a number of different drinks tonight. It is Bring Your Own Beer. And tonight on tap, not on tap, we have Equilibrium MC2, MC squared.
I have Whistle Pig, Piggyback, Barrel Aged Rye Smash.
And I have Sierra Nevada, Wild Little Thing, Slightly Sour Ale.
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting.
Yes, it is a rapid fire challenge.
Yeah.
Are you all ready?
Yes.
We are ready.
We are Critical Hit. Tonight we bring our own beer. Cheers, bros. Let's go.
Cheers. Now, before we drink,
Yeah, we pour it out.
We must pour shots.
Yes.
We're not trying to swap. Mine is clear-ish. It has a kind of a nice color. It's very appealing. Look at that.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna try mine first, and then I will try everybody else's.
Yeah, I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair go. All right.
MC squared is amazing. Holy shit, that is really, 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 really good.
Oh, hold up. Hold up. I think I got myself essentially a hard cider. Blackberry lemon fizz.
Okay.
It's actually delicious.
I'm gonna try that.
I'm taking one more sip.
I'm gonna try that fizz now.
Which one is the fizz over here?
It's this.
It looks real clear.
It's the clear
That one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going for yours. I'm going for MC.
Oh, the fizz is really good too. Holy shit. It does have that bourbon type of
MC.
I'm liking that more than I thought I would.
Yeah, that's pretty dang good, isn't it? So MC, here's the thing. It is
very citrusy.
but yeah, it's very like it's another one of those really light, more appealing IPAs, you know.
The sour ale is really good too. It just occurred to me that I'm probably just gonna like every single alcoholic thing I shove into my face.
Nope.
What's the smell we got here?
The MC squared was not the.
MC squared is. Ooh.
Oh, but it's so sciencey, bro.
Hold up.
Yeah, science can make mistakes.
That might be one of the smartest yet meanest things I've ever heard you say.
So for the MC squared, it's a double India Pale Ale. I'll just rattle through like the at a glance stats because we have a lot of other drinks to get through.
I have
8%. Huh?
I have my ranking.
8% alcohol by volume, and
I'm gonna be drunk.
yeah, I'm gonna get so I'm gonna just start cracking open cans. The the Whistle Pig Piggyback is a, let's see, it is a, wow.
Yeah, they got I say that on the can they have pretty much every little bit of information you could possibly need about this thing.
It's another 8% alcohol by volume, so we're both matching in horsepower on this one. Wild Little Thing, we are sitting at 5.5 alcohol by volume, so we're all getting stronger than regular beer.
Yeah, they had the little 0.5 in there just to add a little kick.
So the way we'll do this is the highest rated one will be the winner. I don't have a prize to give anybody.
Thanks for that.
It's just a fact of being a winner. You just want your name on the board and have that motherfucker say, winner.
Like, good job. What do I get? Absolutely nothing.
I wish I could remember the exact Lamar Davis quote from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, fuck.
That dude got hype.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna start with mine. I'm gonna start with this here Whistle Pig. I'm just gonna say it. It's like a 8.5. Weird. I know we've never done a 0.5.
We don't do 0.5s. Go up or down.
Fuck 9.
Okay.
I love it.
No, I really like it too. It's like I think it's like an 8.
I'll give it a 6.
Oh, that's big considering.
Like,
So now we got
because it's rye, right? It's not really.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
which like the rye does actually come through.
it's got a rye kick on a fucking cider.
And it's weird. I never thought rye, blackberry, and lemon would be a fucking good combo.
Yeah.
Like it's bloody good combo. I will say MC squared. Whoa, hold up.
What?
Look at your can. And then look at my tattoo. I know the artist, I know the audience can't see this. I didn't get it from a beer can, I promise. You fucking fucking.
Oh my gosh! What the fuck?
I can't. Oh man! All right,
I gotta give this. Let me try mine again.
dang it! It's a 6 for me.
It's like a 7 for me.
3.
It's mean.
Wild little thing. I'm gonna call it
7. That's what I got for it.
Yeah, man. It's a 7.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
It's like to be honest though, it is the smoothest drink of all of them.
Yes,
because
for sure.
It's very even all the way through. I could see myself pounding those, and I'm probably gonna end up because that is the 1 6-pack we got out of the group. So there's some to spare. So
I guess you're the winner.
Yeah. Let me hear that applause. I can't believe we all did that.
So before we begin, it is almost Valentine's Day. Actually, by the time we release this episode, it'll be past Valentine's Day. So I hope things went well. I hope you got oral.
Oh, you fucking
can I just throw it out there? I feel like that's technically that's the first thirst quota of the episode.
Fulfilled.
Yeah. I'm single. Hello.
Well, I mean, you'd have all the thought bots on the Twitter. Just hit them up. One of them might be a human.
Yeah, that's the best you can ask for. The details, we don't talk about the details.
Right? Damn. I didn't intend that to sound like that.
Could be a human.
Could be like a dude. Or like
a dooman. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
My name is Chad.
I should disengage. This is terrible. This went absolutely nowhere.
Oh, I can't.
Television. We are back. And it's not all sunshine and rainbow dash.
Really?
Y'all think I'm an asshole, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep trying until I get punched. There are some TV. I didn't like that laugh.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
So there are shows that fucking suck. We kind of went through in our first television episode, and we kind of just we hyped about the stuff that we liked. You know what I mean? But for every kernel of gold, you must first sift through
Rocks.
turds. I was going to say rocks are another thing, which probably makes a lot more sense.
Because why are you eating shit instead of corn?
Well, if you fall downstairs.
Yeah, sure. That's the best one. And I'm talking about corn. You should be talking about gold because
I said gold,
and I was talking about eating. So I don't know. Like, did you eat your gold?
If I had gold, I wouldn't be recording this.
Yeah, same. I'm drunk already, so that's fine. Let's go.
So the idea that I had was like not necessarily the worst reviewed stuff, because that's easy. And sometimes the worst reviewed stuff could actually be pretty good. But I'm just like talking about things that actually invoke like violent anger and hatred. They're just like a really bad fucking show.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird because this has kind of been an ever evolving topic for me. Like, because, you know, due to the busyness of life, it's been tough to kind of really sit down and have deep thought about it. But then, like, today, I've just been hit with show after show after show of just horrible memories. Because there's some of them that make the cut because of bad writing, maybe bad animation, whatever. And then there's other ones that just make you feel uncomfortable. So there's gonna be a good one. I can't wait to tell you about it.
So, like, yeah. So, writing can sometimes be tricky because, like, sometimes you're like, you watch it and it was like, oh, that's not very well executed, but I know what they were going for. So, like, shit like The Walking Dead. Yeah, I can at least say, yeah, well, I kind of know what they were going for on that one. But I've got a list.
Just so you know.
Just so you know. So, like,
this man and his fucking list.
So, I'll go with something that's kind of like simple. There are a couple of these shows that I actually like. So, like the reality TV pawn shop shows.
Okay.
So I'm kind of going light on this one.
It's a guilty pleasure.
But there is one that was fucking terrible. Okay.
I don't know. Depending on how this goes, I don't think we're gonna be cool anymore.
So there's one. I wasn't gonna go for Pawn Stars because that one is entertaining a little bit. It's like a little bit entertaining.
At least the memes too that come from it.
Yeah. Like, because every pawn shop show, those guys are fucking crooks.
Well, yeah.
They're the worst type of fucking scumbags because they just roll in people who are just broke as fuck, and they swindle the fuck out of them.
Yeah, they come in with the actual Mona Lisa and like, the best I can do is $52. What the fuck?
And then the people walk out with $52. This one is hardcore pawn. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember that show.
Yeah.
Why that name?
So, like, that was the idea, because the original one was Pawn Stars, and it sounds like porn stars, right? This one's different.
It's called a naming convention.
Yes, it's a stupid one. This one's stupid because it was not just fake, because they're all fucking fake. This one was trying to be very tough. So the owner, Lester, he is...
What a fucking shit name.
You can't be tough with the name Lester.
You can be incredibly fucking scary with the name Lester, because I've never seen a Lester ever portrayed who wasn't like a fucking freak.
Yeah, because there was this one guy, right? His last name was Lester. His first name was actually Mo.
You're a piece of shit. So,
sorry. Anyways, go ahead.
So this was in Detroit, and they tried to do that Detroit tough shit. But the owner, Lester, is like fucking 70 years old and very skinny and very like balding on the top. Which
didn't he have a ponytail though?
Yeah,
he had like a ponytail on the back, bald as fuck.
And he would always get tough and call people, motherfucker. But his daughter was a complete fucking whiny wench, and his son was like a ladder climbing dickhead. So like every time like they'd be up to some stupid shit, and he would just be like, "Oh well, I'm just gonna go behind Dad's back," and because they were all family,
Yeah.
and then he would do something stupid and think he had a great idea, and it always turned out to be a fucking terrible idea, like something dumb like, "Oh, we're gonna give away TVs with every purchase," and then like people are like walking out like they buy like a string and they walk out with a fucking television, and then Les is like, "Oh, what are you fucking stupid?" He's just like, "I just I thought it was a good idea.
It bring in business."
Yeah,
They
it
bought
was
a $2 item.
He bought a fucking $2 bundle of string, and you let him walk out with a fucking TV, and it was every episode was like that. And then somebody would come in and be like, "Hey man, I got these really nice sneakers or something. I really want. I need to pawn them." And they're always like counterfeit sneakers or stupid or like Ozark Trail or something.
Yeah.
And
wow. That's coming for a brand right there.
Boogity, 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 boogity. All of a sudden, Ozark's just like, "How about you stop?" And then there's like, "I'm not giving you any money for these." And then they start freaking out and flipping stuff, and like just every single episode is like that.
Because this is Detroit, man.
Yeah, and apparently people are fucking. Ratchet in Detroit. There, I said it. Come get me.
Let's go. Then Detroit just cuts off the podcast for good.
I don't think we have any listeners in Detroit yet.
Yeah. But watch, this will be the first fucking episode. We're dunking on Detroit. It's like, what?
I opened it up, and the first thing they started doing was dunking on where I lived.
Yeah, fucking Eminem's just like...
Oh, Eminem?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Listen, no, don't listen.
Fuck Eminem. Come get me. Can I please just start a beef with somebody?
Yeah. You're just
other than my co-hosts.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we got beef. We've had beef. All right, can I go into something?
Go on.
Okay, so one of my first. This is actually now my first pick. This was not my first pick initially, but do you remember Xavier Renegade Angel on Adult Swim?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that one was.
So here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
So when it came to this show, I did not hate the show and like the writing and like, because it was one of those ones that just had one of those weird, awkward, uncanny valley style of like comedy. It just was really, really fucking weird and creepy.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was actually kind of funny. This show.
You know they evolved into Archer, right?
Excuse me?
Wait, the writers?
It's the same animation.
Oh, really?
No fucking way.
And I think Xavier voices Archer.
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to go back and look. I didn't realize that, because this was one of those shows, right? Because Adult Swim was weird because it was perfect for this, right? You're sitting there and you're watching your good TV shows, right? So you're sitting there, you're running your Family Guys, you're running your freaking, early Family Guy, not current Family Guy.
And they picked up King of the Hill.
Yeah. They had King of the Hill. They had like. I remember Home Movies, fantastic show. There's a lot of good fucking shows on Adult Swim. Then you fall asleep on the couch, right? Then you pop awake at like 4 or like 5 in the morning.
Well,
and then
5 they put anime on.
Oh, true, yeah. So if you pop awake 4 in the morning and there's weird fucking just and it just looked
like
gross.
Ugly CGI.
Yeah, and like the character was like, he had like, I can't remember what type of like feet he had. He had like horse feet or some shit. It was like weird. He was
villain.
He was a weirdly fucking design, and he had like long hair, and it was just like, it was such like ugly CGI, just gross character design, and it was one of those things that it was like just the look of it alone. Because there are some shows or some video games that are just like that. It just looks so fucking bad. I am never going to play that game. I'm never going to watch that show.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking it up on the phone.
Yeah, that was him.
Dude.
That was him.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, he had a loincloth. Oh, God. He was uglier than I remember.
At him, he's got like 6 nipples.
Yeah. Yeah, so this motherfucker who had 6-ass nipples, long, weird hair, a big fucking yellow nose. It was just weird.
Am I thinking of that? Because I remember that one, but the one I'm thinking of is actually like...
I'm trying to think because...
It was the people that do Archer.
Well, because the people who did Archer also
Oh,
did...
you're thinking of, what was his name? It was like, I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're gonna have to show me when you.
He was like a white, he was like white from head to toe, and he had like those red eyes.
Yes, that was the villain.
Fuck! I remember what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Frisky Dingo.
Yes.
Frisky Dingo.
Yeah.
Frisky Dingo was awesome.
That was
Frisky
actually
Dingo
a decent
was
show.
good.
I like that show. No. Yeah, Frisky Dingo was actually decent. But yeah, no, that was one of the things because like more than anything, because I'll keep it a buck. I don't remember much about the show, but I do remember it having its funny moments. But it was hard to watch, dude. It made you feel uncomfortable just looking at the main character, and this motherfucker's here all the time. You don't have the option not to look at this dude and his 6 fucking nipples. It's like
snake arm.
Yeah, and his weird fucking snake arm. It was just the whole thing was fucking weird, and that was like, that for me that's enough. That's enough for me to change the channel. I can't go back to sleep after seeing that many nipples.
Like super. Well, it all depends.
I fucking hate you. It's you today. Well,
Red King has been possessed by the spirit of Crimson.
No, really? I'm actually shocked.
I have no idea what the hell's going on. Like Super Jail was kind of a weird one too. Like,
yeah.
Where like it kind of like it starts off like somewhat benign, and it was like disjointed and weird, and then all of a sudden evolves into like everybody's like dying and like some weird shit.
Yeah, and it's like always just like the most grotesque way they could possibly pull off. It was just weird, man. It gets weird. But yeah, that's my pick, my first pick. Disturbing. Don't watch it. Or maybe do and torture yourself. It's fine.
All right. I guess for my first pick, I'll hit that 80s show.
Ouch.
Whoa.
Ooh, okay. That's a truly bad show.
Yeah.
That's a genuinely bad show.
Like the attempted sequel.
The attempted sequel, the cash grabbiness.
Well,
of
it wasn't even really an attempted sequel. It was just trying to follow the same idea, but it did it poorly.
Yeah.
Yes. How many? I can't remember. I think it maybe had 2 seasons.
I don't think it got renewed for a second.
Oh.
Yeah, it did tank quick. I do remember that. But that was also, Fox had a bad run for a while.
They had some sleeper hits with like Grounded for Life, I think was a pretty good one.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, like,
did they have Arrested Development, or was that?
Yes.
Arrested Development has jumped around a lot, though.
It did.
But it did start on Fox.
And it was good. I do like me some Arrested Development.
Yeah.
But
really good.
yeah, that 80s show, I do remember, like, and it was such a flash in the pan. It was horrible.
Right. Because I think I only ever watched like 2 episodes, and then it was just like, this isn't worth the time.
Yeah.
Because they did like the cheapest form of pandering, which was like more or less they would just play music, more or less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I remember I can't remember which character it was. It was like the Fez equivalent.
And
that's the thing, was like instead of creating their own cast of characters, they just more or less had an equivalent for each character.
A caricature of those from that 70s show.
Exactly. So their Fez version was like, I remember there was one, he was like singing Wang Chung or something.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Gosh.
And it's like, that's like Wang Chung. Like, you have so much freaking music in that era, and all you could come up with was fucking Wang Chung.
Yeah. And I think that kind of because if you look,
Fuck.
and not trying to be because not to switch the topic, but that kind of makes me want to bring up that 90s show, because that 90s show, it's not a bad show, but it's kind of the difference between the two, because not only is it a direct sequel, but it also, like, the shooting style is of a 90s sitcom.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that was kind of the big thing, is that, like, there was a lot more to it that took it into this, like, 90s aesthetic, besides just, oh, they're all wearing blah clothes. And, like, this is keep it about the 80s was not really, like, nobody fucking cares about the 80s. You know what happened in the 80s? Drugs.
Cocaine.
Yep, cocaine happened all the fucking time. Aside from that, the hairstyles were terrible. The clothes was fucking terrible. The music was arguably terrible. There were some good ones.
Okay,
But
so I've got a confession to make.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Why?
I like the 80s synth, that, like, the guitar synth noise. I like the like those old style, like, Roland hexagonal fucking drum pads. I like.
No, but you know what? The 80s did have cartoons.
Yes.
Yeah, the 80s had good cartoons. I will give you that.
Cartoon game was so fucking raw with the 80s.
But
It was all the drugs.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It really got the imagination going.
And burnout.
Like, it was okay for cartoons to be violent. They just couldn't be bloody. So, like, I remember watching a clip of G.I. Joe, and the one dude just, like, basically tackled one of the Cobra dudes and then started throwing on him, just, like, nailing his face out, bro.
Such a certain episode of Community.
Oh, fuck.
The one where he imagines he's a G.I. Joe and actually ends up killing someone, and they're like, we don't do that.
Holy.
Listen, that's a good show.
I love Community.
You can't bring that up here. This is supposed to be bad TV.
Yeah, but see, if we reveal good ones and then compare it, it makes the bad ones objectively worse.
That, you know what? That's true. That's actually a good point.
So I've got one that is, not only is it a bad series, but for some reason it caught so much good stuff. And like that factor alone makes me very, very upset. So just give me just 1 second.
So you're trying to find reference right now.
A little bit of reference material, because I had a list and it was on, I think it was actually on my phone and not on my tablet. But here we go. So Kappa Mikey. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
This show was on Nicktoons in 2006.
Fuck.
And continued to 2008. It had 2 seasons, 50 episodes.
I forgot about Kappa Mikey.
Okay, so Kappa Mikey, the premise of the series is that Mikey Simon is a 19-year-old American cartoon boy. And he goes to Japan to star in an anime. Okay.
Okay.
They did too much.
I just want to show you the roster. I want to show you the characters.
That's a little meta.
It's an isekai.
It's disgusting. He literally moves to Japan.
Man.
And he goes. Now here's the thing,
dude.
the voice talent in this show fucking infuriated me.
Oh no!
Like, because they're better than that, or
Yeah.
okay.
Oh no.
Okay. So, this is a really long last name. Michael Sinterniclass.
What?
He does. He's the voice of, like. He does a lot of work for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He does. He's actually. Let me see. He is. I'm pulling up his full filmography. Right? Like, it got me so fucked up.
He's like, once I found out this guy is fucking.
So he is basically Leonardo in modern Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was also in the Venture Brothers as
Oh no fucking way.
Yes.
I love the Venture Brothers.
Wait, who was he in the Venture Brothers?
He's Dean Venture.
Oh, okay.
I fucking love the Venture Brothers. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah. Hit him with that Brock Sampson.
Yeah. Oh,
Hit him with that damn Brock Sampson.
I love it.
But the most egregious of the offenses of this show is that they had a character, he was part of the main cast, and he was Gonard. And he is a great value fake fucking Goku. He is voiced by Sean fucking Schemmel, the voice of fucking Goku. This show also, the intro was done by fucking Beat Crusaders, who's an actual Japanese fucking punk band, and they're really fucking good.
Yeah,
they did the fucking music for Kappa Mikey. This show sucks. The show fucking sucks. And somehow
You're actually mad.
I am fucking seething with rage. Like, bro, this has got me so fucked up. And you want to know what? I didn't want to remember it, but I got back into it and I started fucking watching the clips. I started fucking looking it up. Like, this is bullshit.
I forgot about Kappa Mike.
I've never seen
this.
It's
baby back bullshit. You want to know what? Fucking look it up, because it's and the thing about it is it's all just recycled, tropey, fake, like kind of anime adjacent.
Oh my gosh,
scenario and tropes. Just not even anime like from somebody who watches it. It's just anime from somebody who thinks that they've seen enough anime to know what the.
Oh man,
somebody who calls it Japanimation.
Oh fuck, dude.
Like that type of shit.
Oh fuck, dude.
Like and wait, all so disjointed.
So hear me out though. You gotta give. So this is gonna be interesting. You gotta give Sean Schemmel a break. So here's what I'm saying. I think
I got nothing against Sean Schemmel,
but I
got everything against that motherfucking show, bro.
But I do think, I'm just gonna say in his defense for doing voice acting for that show, I think if there is anybody who's got the badge to riff on anime, it's Sean Schemmel.
Okay, I kind of get.
So
okay, fine, fair.
Yeah. So,
but this show, it's so tone deaf.
Oh gosh,
like it's one of those. Yeah, it's really one of those things where like you kind of wonder how did it come out, because it's not just making anime jokes. It's kind of making Japanese jokes.
It's a little racist.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Like no, it would not work. You put that on a network today, the whole network's gone.
And they have the Pikachu knockoff. They call them Guano, which is fucking bat shit.
Fuck.
It's repetitive, just like constantly the same fucking jokes, the same scenario over and over.
I have a new next show because of what you just brought up,
and somehow got a spin-off.
What? I'm sorry, I've slammed something.
Yeah.
It got a spin-off? I didn't know that.
It got a spin-off called Dancing Sushi. It's just a bunch of fucking sushis that want to be pop stars in Japan, and the same voice actors, minus Sean Schemmel, do the voices for the Dancing Sushi. And they also have an episode where the characters from Kappa Mikey show up in this fucking show. It's got a fucking extended universe.
The Kappa Mikey universe.
Yeah. It got me.
Oh shit.
It's got me all the way fucked up.
It's the KMCU. Oh, Kappa Mikey Cinematic Universe.
Suck my ass, douchebag.
All right. Hold up. I got one. Because of what you just brought up. Johnny fucking Test. Here's the thing. let's just start off. First of all, you do not riff on Johnny Quest because Johnny Quest was the shit. The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest was the shit. Sorry, let me.
I like the original series. That was pretty good.
It was all right. The Real Adventures is where it was at though. That was my shit. But I digress. You don't riff on Johnny Quest. Let's get that out of the way. All right, so let's begin. It literally riffed on everything I fucking loved as a child.
Yeah,
okay.
It riffed on Pokemon. It riffed on Yu-Gi-Oh! It ripped on Johnny Quest. Everything. Dexter's Laboratory.
Because that's really the parody that it was doing on the reg.
Yeah.
Dexter's Lab.
And because here's the thing. Flip the script. Dexter was, redhead, smart fucking brother, and he had a blonde, kind of ditzy sister who was always causing a bunch of trouble, right? Flip the script. Now you have twin redhead girls who are super smart scientists, secret lab, all that shit, with the blonde fucking bimbo brother always starting trouble. And I call him a fucking, because I was a bit softer on Dee Dee because that was a good fucking show. I will not. Oh man, Johnny Test. So here's the thing: they overused the whip crack sound because there was it was a pretty common sound in cartoons back in the day. And there was cartoons that used it significantly better. And how you use it significantly better is not every 2.3 seconds. So
the weak ass fake guitar riff.
Yeah, with everything they would do, it doesn't matter what it was. They would have a guitar riff and fucking whip crack behind it, and it made me want to kill myself. So I don't know if that needs to be censored, but I'm gonna keep going. So when it did its parody, so Pokemon, they had Tinymon, right? And they had Blast Ketchup. Fucking Ketchup. Oh man, dude. And here's the thing. I'm not trying to go there. Canadians, man. So because the Canadian cartoons was kind of a big thing for Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon for a little while. So what they would do is they would go to Canadian cartoon developers, artists, and all that type of crap, and they would commission them to make this show. And it was usually cheaply made. The animation was fucking horrible. It was offensive usually because it was always parody of something else that was significantly better, but they just made a horrible version of it.
Right.
And so it was always offensive. It was always low budget. It was aggravating to watch. Because they had Bling Bling. Remember fucking Bling Bling?
He was just a rich kid, and he was just like,
that was it. He was a gross, fat, rich kid. And he had a fucking chain for no fucking reason. Because they didn't. So, oh man, this show makes me angry because they didn't explain anything. And I know,
there's no thought put in.
It just so happens that he was a rich kid with a fucking chain, so they called it Bling Bling because at the time Flavor of Love was a fucking thing. So they decided big gaudy jewelry was a thing. I hated it, bro. And his fucking dog's name. Now here's the thing, Dookie is somewhat of a regular dog name, but they didn't mean Dookie like the dog name.
It wasn't D-U-K-E-Y.
Yeah, they meant shit. They meant a turd, which is what that fucking show was. It was horrible, man. And if you ever... Ash Ketchum is one of the best fucking characters that ever exist. No. I will fight... No! You watch the end... Ooh, man, dude, if you didn't tear up when you saw what happened.
Ash Ketchum is a terrible Pokemon trainer.
He's a terrible Pokemon trainer, but he's a fantastic character because you always rooted for him.
No.
I always rooted for him.
You know how many times I was happy to see Ash get his ass kicked?
No, fuck that. Fuck that show. I hate that show. That's my number 2.
I guess I'll bring out Beetleborgs.
Oh, my... Wait! Ooh.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of liked that. I fucked with that shit when I was.
I I did, unfortunately.
It was fucking shitty Power Rangers.
It was low budget, horrible Power Rangers.
And Zordon and Alpha 5 from Power Rangers got turned into a fucking haunted clown. That was a cheap Joker ripoff because he wore purple.
And he looked like Jay Leno.
Yes.
Honestly, scared the shit out of me when like
Right.
It took me a while to get used to Flabber is his name.
Yes, Flabber.
Oh,
And he'd be like, he'd have magic and like you'd have that stupid sound effect with his hands.
Yes.
Oh man, that's
But-
horrible. I forgot about that.
It was like fucking shitty. It was just bad.
Their opening theme was also really
Big bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
Hype, bro.
No.
It's like, why are you defending this?
Because I don't know. I was into anything that was, so like and because Power Rangers it took off, it blew up.
Power Rangers was my shit when I was little.
The idea of like taking those Japanese super soldier TV shows and just take the fight scenes and find some other shit to put on in the interim. So then that's what Power Rangers was.
Yes.
Just a bunch of people, and then it doesn't matter what they were doing, just a regular school fucking backdrop. Do some dumb shit, and then they get the little fucking beepers on their wrist, and they're like, "Oh, there's a monster," and then they just switch it to the fucking Japanese thing.
Yeah.
The only thing is, why Beatles?
Because it Kuwagata, the freaking Hercules beetle.
Yeah, I know.
Or those stag beetle?
but like,
Yeah.
Them things is hype over there, bro.
yeah, I mean, over there, over here, it's a fucking
Right.
beetle.
But the problem is that Power Rangers had Jason David Frank.
Yes.
Beetleborgs had Flabber.
It's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, it is, especially now.
Jason David Frank
Could
was-
actually do stuff.
was and is the motherfucking goat.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, the dude.
Rest in peace.
But yeah, I mean, it was weird. It was like a weird Wild West of those types of shows. And was it?
There was a lot of them.
Did Saban do that one?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know.
That's actually a really good
That's
question.
yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Because at the time, because this is like, I'm going to say not new knowledge, but it is recent-ish knowledge for me to understand that it was actually another show from a completely different country. So to me, Beetleborgs is just Beetleborgs, but it could have been the same fucking thing.
Right.
Oh my gosh, Flabber
Can I
does look like
see-
a fucking mess.
Let me
Holy
see, because I remember
balls.
the golden one. I fucking loved that motherfucker, though. He was cool as shit, in my opinion. No, he wasn't cool as shit. Actually, that looks fucking horrible. I
They
was
look
mistaken.
like rejects from Starship Troopers.
I was mistaken. Holy fuck, they look terrible.
Right.
So
I'm realizing this is going to be a tough one. I am two drinks fully, and I'm on my third.
right? Because like starting like having an episode where we just have a lot of things to get, like a lot of beers to get through, I'm realizing might not be the best idea. But we're gonna keep going. So like I'm trying to maintain that idea of like not really analyzing things that are like plot driven, but they just kind of drop the ball in execution.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to stay in this realm of like entertainment, right? And there was one of those shows that were meant to be very fucking entertaining that very much made me very violently angry.
Oh no. What do we got?
Here comes Honey Boo Boo.
Oh. Ooh.
So there's a twofold double-decker bullshit sandwich on this one, boys.
Hit him with that 2-prong attack.
So I
So
order the double decker bullshit.
so it's a spin-off. Honey Boo Boo is a spin-off.
Uh-huh.
Right, because wasn't it Pageant Moms?
Toddlers and
That's what I
Tiaras.
thought.
Oh,
It was
fuck
Toddlers
yeah,
and
okay,
Tiaras
okay.
first.
So I will just very quickly cover what makes that one absolutely
Problematic.
yeah. So like I've never, especially now that I have kids of my own, and I have a daughter. I'm not gonna say a little girl because she's very fucking tall. But I would never. The idea of a child beauty pageant just skeeves the living shit out of me.
Right.
And like, who the fuck is ever gonna attend those things other than fucking creeps?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you have full-grown fucking adults sitting here judging this shit. Like, yeah.
And they have different.
What?
They have costumes. They have swimsuits. And it's like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm drawing that fucking line. It's disgusting.
Yeah. So
that's that.
moms and parents in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Exactly.
don't know many guys to do this.
I don't know if there's any pageant people who listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But go pageant fuck yourself.
Yeah, go shit in a hat and die. Eat that shit and choke on it. Shit in the hat, eat the shit, choke on it, and die. I'm not sure if that's even worth.
With the hat on, with the shit residue hat, you piece of fucking
Yeah, just,
garbage.
like you're disgusting. And we're back. So it's a spin-off of Toddlers and Tiaras, which is by and of itself idiotic and disgusting. They they picked the worst one. They really did. I'm sorry, but there is nothing endearing about that family.
that might be one of the meanest things you've said.
I'm realizing that was probably
That's horrifyingly mean.
that was so much worse than I expected that to. I didn't when I thought about saying it.
They picked the worst one. Honey Boo Boo's watching. Like,
Oh boy.
Well, we only have audio.
oh yeah,
so-
she's listening. Sorry.
She's probably fucking watching.
This man's had an aneurysm.
No, that was bad. So it follows the
He's just gonna try to move.
exploits, if you will, of the I don't fucking know their last names. I'm sure I remembered them at one point. But
the Boo Boos.
we're gonna say the Boo Boos. Honey and her
Boo Boos.
Honey and her Boo Boos. And it's just gross. It really is gross. They're not like, I don't ever like to riff on people's education or lack thereof because I myself am a fucking dumbass. Like, I'm just dumb as a box of fucking rocks. But damn it, they make me look like Chrono. I was like, ugh, and they're just gross. Like, they do gross things and like.
Because it was one of those things where it was like,
They probably wear Carhartts.
yeah, because it was that Texas type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not against Texas, but I said I threw a little subliminal over to Chrono, and I think I awakened an aneurysm in his brain.
Second aneurysm of the episode.
May the fly
So
shit in your corpse.
So no, absolutely nothing against Texas. Here's the problem that I had with it is that it wasn't Texas.
Were they really
It
Texas or were they from Mississippi?
They were from okay. So
They
here,
might have been Mississippi.
but here's the thing: is that it's because when I say Texas, I'm talking about the stereotype of Texas. So it's a Southern stereotype, just in general, because it could really just be an obligatory Southern person. It doesn't have to be Texas. But if they're Southern, they're gonna be fucking brash. They're gonna be fucking. They're gonna talk about everything's big and this and that. You know.
And the
Okay.
mom was very big.
The problem is that
So what's funny?
That's fucked up.
there's Southern stereotypes and then there's Texas stereotypes. They are different things.
Here's the thing: they were a Texas stereotype. But this is what I'm saying, because
They were Georgia. They're from Georgia.
the show's directors
They
were
were
out of touch.
Yeah,
No, they were
that-
descended from
they were-
someone that committed 19 crimes.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. but here's the thing:
All of them.
because that was one of the biggest things that I'm sure Honey Boo Boo and her family and whatever. I'm sure they're decent people in and of themselves. I don't fucking know them from shit, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. But I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're not. That is what I'm gonna say. The director sat there and said, "We need a bold, in-your-face Southern family, and what is the best way to do that?"
And so I'm gonna quote a reviewer from Forbes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
I don't fucking read Forbes,
Oh,
but you want to know?
That's actually a pretty enlightening
But this
periodical.
But this sums it up
Most well put thing I've ever heard there.
because they criticized TLC for trying to portray Alana's Honey Boo Boo's family as a horde of lice-picking, lard-eating, nose-thumbing hooligans south of the Mason-Dixon line.
As I said, it's a fine periodical.
Yeah.
But and I think that was a thing, right? Because there's a lot of well, now that I'm thinking about it, anything that ever aired on TLC.
TLC is kind of like an exploitative piece of shit.
That's what
right?
I was.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was literally exactly what I was thinking. I'm
'Cause
like,
they have what, the Little Big Folks or Little Big Family?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dwarves?
Little people, big world.
the
Yeah.
fucking like my 600-pound life or some shit, and it was varying how heavy they were.
Yeah.
Because they had a bunch of different ones.
Didn't they have the Duggersons?
The Duggars.
Yeah.
Did you see that one recently? It was like semi-recently. Because the one girl, her name was Shauna Ray. And her whole thing was because she had like dwarfism, but she had like special dwarfism, where she's like, I'm not going to try to say anything fucking offensive right here, but she's like short. You know what I'm saying?
Well, is it achondroplasia?
I don't know what the fuck that is. Why you gonna hit me with that?
No,
All right,
but
so there's two primary types of dwarfism. There's achondroplasia and subchondroplasia.
So here's what happened. She ended up having cancer, and something about her like pituitary gland or something like that stopped producing the right amount of whatever. So she ended up proportionally a little girl.
Huh.
She's a full-grown adult, but you remember fucking Annie Milonakis?
yeah.
Remember that kid? Same fucking thing.
Huh.
Where it's like the proportions are right. They just look like a fucking child.
Yeah, that's a different. That's
So
rare though.
very rare. But here's the thing.
Yeah, like TLC found the one person in America. and then it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So then, of course, it can't just be a show about somebody dealing with that shit. It's got to be a show about she's also learning how to pole dance. She's learning how to twerk. You know, there was a
talking about her boyfriends and her.
yeah.
love. So it's like honestly kind of
Creepy.
Yeah, because-
Fucking creepy.
yeah.
You know, because that's TLC. And I realized
I
that.
dig it. Yeah, so maybe I should revise this. Nothing particular against Honey Boo Boo or her Boo Boo clan. But
the boo boo.
but TLC in general produces some of the most gross.
Really?
It's creepy and gross.
Isn't
Yeah.
it supposed to stand for the Learning Channel?
Indeed.
Yeah, right? They're like the
More like-
learning channel, and here it is. They're
Trying to learn about.
Trashy live crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. That's a pretty big one. So I'm gonna follow that up. I'm gonna follow that up with something easy.
Okay.
So there was this point in when internet video and YouTube and shit was starting to blow up, and you know you had some staples at the time, right? And you know some of those included Fred. So here's the thing.
Do you remember Fred?
So Fred was the
He's
first
that high-pitched kid.
because he was the first kid to discover that you can pitch up your voice through audio editing on your fucking computer and your video editor, audio editor, whatever it might be.
Uh-huh.
So his voice was actually fucking normal. but he just pitched it up. He didn't actually do that voice. I found this out after.
I didn't realize that.
So Fred was YouTube poop at its finest. It was just fucking annoying kid squealing into a fucking microphone. That's what he was.
Yeah, he was hyperactive. He would just describe a regular situation, but he would hyperbole and yell and just.
So in a short form context, not the worst thing.
It's still garbage.
Well, it's nothing I would watch. I'm trying to be the devil's advocate here. So I don't like it. Never liked it. But in its own way, it caught popularity, right?
Yeah.
So then Nickelodeon was like, "Hey, let's fucking try to make a full TV series about it." So here's the thing: Nickelodeon, fucking Disney Channel, all like those types of sitcoms that it's just like, just really just campy, just tripe, just horrible type of just overly family friendly shitty sitcom. And just imagine that with the most high-pitched, annoying motherfucker you will ever hear in your life.
It was really weird because they cast John Cena as Fred's dad. In the Nickelodeon TV series.
They struck while the iron was hot. I don't even know if John Cena was popping off at the time.
I don't even think John Cena knew what he was doing. And they also had the girl who played Flo from Progressive as his mom.
Yeah. Whoa, I didn't fucking.
This rings no bells for me.
Well, here's the thing.
It's okay. It's okay if it doesn't.
No, it's actually perfectly fine because you're not missing anything. You're actually missing one of the most.
No, you would probably have a stroke and die because it would piss you off.
Yeah. I believe that the levels of anger that you would experience if you watched this would probably be like beyond boiling point. So. No, it was, and because Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, because there's another show I'm going to talk about, and I'm sure you know this by this point. Yeah. But you know, they sat there and they were like, "How are we going to capitalize on this new thing?" Because at the time it was new, and
the internet was like,
yeah, it was like, "Whoa, we can take this." And turns out that shit doesn't work in a long format. And everybody hated it. So,
well, yes.
So the thing was, you can kind of arguably get a chuckle out of something that is traditionally excessive and just overbearing in every sense of the word if it's short. It's like, okay, whatever, it's over pretty quick. You know, he squealed at this point, kind of funny. Click away from it. 30 minutes. Doesn't fucking work.
And they had a Fred movie.
Yeah, they had 3 Fred movies.
What the fuck?
Whoa. I almost freaked out and just wrecked this whole table. My arms swung. I knocked over my microphone.
You were looking for something to hit.
Bro,
they had
what?
They had 3 fucking Fred movies, man.
Dude,
it was, yeah, they really thought they were gonna make something crazy out of it.
These brothers wildin'.
Yeah,
they don't care.
Yeah. So and you know, it's one of those things where like the guy himself. The guy who played Fred, I don't fucking know his name right now, but the guy who played Fred could have not been bad in his own right if he grew out of that shit.
Right.
But I think that killed his career. any potentiality that he had of having a career after YouTube, gone after Fred the TV series and the 3 fucking horrifying movies. Yeah. So that's mine.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to follow that up, but
I'm gonna have to. I'll show you because I'm actually curious to see your reaction to something like Fred.
I'm just gonna have to go hard. Food Wars.
Really?
Is terrible.
But
I've never actually watched Food Wars.
You're not missing it.
I've watched highlights.
It's bad, dude.
You thirsty fucker. That's because one of our friend group, not Crimson,
this time
He had talked about Food Wars, and my wife was like, "Oh my gosh, let's give it a shot." She watched it, and then she was like, "You wouldn't believe." Like, apparently it's bad.
It's all the worst things an anime can do.
Right. Because, like, that was I'm aware of the tropes of Food Wars, right? Like, they eat the food, their clothes fly off, and it's like, not into food.
They blast ketchup.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, we got the triple.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm gonna take my leave now. Podcast over. You just hear the door shut. It's just silence and migraines. Here's the thing. This is what I'm. This is gonna be interesting. So,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna try something a little different here. Because we've been ragging on these shows. We've been talking our shit. I'm going to try to speak in defense of something.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you.
Hold, wait.
No, I'm going to interrupt you. Because you had a chance to speak well of human beings that I was shitting on. But instead, you're going to watch food hentai and be like, oh, but to its defense.
Wait.
Go ahead. Try.
Okay. So here's the thing. Hear me out. Okay. So there are shows that do anime tropes worse than Food Wars. So hear me out. Food Wars never a single time takes itself seriously. Food Wars also has male characters.
not the same way as the female.
Not exactly the
dude.
same. I am not going to sit here and try to say that it's the same. I'm not going to argue that. But here's what I am going to say. I'm going to give an example as a counterpoint that might change your opinion.
Nope.
Fire Force does the whole ecchi thing worse. Significantly worse. Because it's supposed to be a serious show with serious characters in serious situations. And what's her name? The girl, the fucking cat one.
I know who you're talking about.
I forget her name. It's been a while since I watched it.
I really like Fire Force, though.
But Fire Force as a show is not bad. I'm using this as an example. So there are times, right, where the ecchi shit and the weird, overly perverted shit is inserted in a way that it just makes it feel uncomfortable. Because that character, can't remember her fucking name, that character is almost like victimized in a very serious show, and I feel like that makes it grosser.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, whereas Food Wars, I'm not saying it's a good show, and I'm not saying that anybody should just go out and watch it, but what I am saying is that it could be worse. Because never does it ever take itself seriously, and never does it ever sit here and try to tell you that, like, you shouldn't really anticipate anything else besides people eating really fucking good food and jazzing from it. Does that make it a good show? No. But
It's still staying on the list.
he's like, it doesn't change. That's fine. I figured I'd try something a little different.
That is insane. That is absolute.
I don't think you could say I'm wrong.
No, I could say you're wrong.
Fine.
100%. Say it with a straight face.
So
I can say shit faced.
whatever I try.
So like, there's one, right? Because the idea of like cartoons, and it kind of goes to cartoons for me because a lot of the stuff, like, I already know what they were trying to shoot for, like if it's, a drama or if it's a suspense or shit like that. But like, my mind again and again will go to cartoons because most of the time it is meant to be entertaining, and it's meant to just be entertaining, and that's it. And I think that's where I'm more able to find those horrible, glaring flaws. Here is one.
Oh no.
There was a cartoon, I believe it was actually in 2000 and might have been 2016.
Oh no.
Sanjay and Craig.
Nope. Fucking hate that show.
So Sanjay and Craig, it was on the Nicktoons channel.
I
And
fucking hate
so
that
Nicktoons
show.
had a really weird run of like these, I guess I would call them experimental cartoons. But it almost had kind of like a Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack type vibe to the art, minus all of the surrealism and the gritty hand drawn feel to it.
It just got gross all the time.
Yeah, so that show actually did get really disgusting all the time, like the body humor and like the body horror.
Which was weird for a kid show.
Like somebody would just get a horrible like a boil or something, and then the whole episode would be just this boil getting bigger and veinier and grosser and more out of control until like it explode into pus. And that was a plot line. It was just something very so I guess I actually forgot the most glaring dumb thing about this show. Sanjay is the main character, and he has a pet snake that can talk, and he will try to pass Craig, the talking snake, off as a human by
He was
putting
like
a
Roger,
no,
the alien.
no. He was just a snake,
Yeah, it was.
and he was a snake of vaguely snake intelligence. He wasn't smart, or he wasn't clever, like because you know how there's the idea of like the straight man and the comic relief, or there's like the smart guy and the dumb guy, like those group dynamics.
Yeah.
This cartoon series completely failed on highlighting any of those classic dualities. It just ended up Sanjay's dumb, Craig is dumb, and he's animal level dumb. And he will put a t-shirt and a hat on him, and that's how he disguises Craig as a human. He is a snake. He slithers like a snake. He's got no arms.
Yeah.
And
Because he was just a straight up fucking.
yeah, there was nothing special. He was just a snake. And like,
Are we sure he could actually talk, or was Sanjay just crazy?
oh, he might have been crazy.
Watch that be a creepypasta somewhere, I guarantee you.
But I think, you know, it may be a little bit fucking excessive of me to just like not let cartoons go. Because like I have just been railing on cartoons all day. But damn it, it was just so dumb. Like, you can't just excuse that level of fucking idiotic writing. And there was no effort put. And they just fell back on the fact that sometimes you would hand the snake something and then he would drop it because he doesn't have arms. And then everything else was disgusting body humor. It was the weirdest fucking thing.
Yeah.
It was and it wasn't an Adult Swim. It wasn't an Adult Swim like meant to be stupid and gross and kind of rowdy.
2 a.m. window.
Yeah, it was like it was a primary program for a while.
Yeah, it was Sanjay and Craig, and it was like a kid's block of. It was just like the grossest, weirdest, just most brainless fucking thing, and you wonder why kids are fucking so stupid.
I'm like, you fucking assholes. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to continue dunking on cartoons, if you could even fucking call this a cartoon. So, continuing on my prior thread of logic, Annoying Orange. So, Cartoon Network, right? There was beautiful Cartoon Network. There was Cartoon Fridays, Cartoon Network. There was Johnny Bravo, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Fantastic television.
Foster's Home for Imaginary
Yeah. Oh,
Friends.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've been watching that recently. on YouTube. Not the proper way to do that, but I have been.
I mean, if it's Cartoon Network's YouTube channel,
It was not.
It is not. So here's the thing.
what had happened was
What had happened was I don't know what happened that they just decided to, because most of these were in-house productions. Cartoon Network made a lot of these cartoons.
Yeah, but Annoying Orange was its own shit.
No, yeah, it was.
terrible.
It was an internet series at first, and all it was a fucking picture of an orange that somebody superimposed their eyes and mouth onto. So, if you can imagine, this is their idea of comedy, right?
Right.
Imagine, first of all, these creepy, realistic eyes on an orange.
and this was just straight Cartoon Network, because this sounds like something that should have come on Adult Swim.
Well, it was straight Cartoon Network. So, because this was around the same time where they decided Mad was a good idea. They decided, Annoying Orange was a good idea. They decided, all these types of like more meme-ish type programming was a good idea. So Annoying Orange was basically its comedy came from the fact that they were indeed fruits and fruit things happened, because on the internet show it'd be like, oh man, he's talking to this fucking apple. He's like, what's up, apple? And then apple gets turned into fucking apple juice. He gets in a blender, apple juice. It was kind of a fucked up internet show. Also 5 minutes long. So it didn't overstay its welcome.
Right.
So now put that on Cartoon Network, take out any of the excessive fruit violence, because you can't do that. And
Stretch it out to a half hour.
yeah, a half hour of annoying mouth noises. That was pretty much the comedy of it. Because what can you really do with eyeballs and a mouth superimposed on a fucking orange? You just make annoying mouth noises the whole time. So, that's disgusting. I'm never gonna make that noise again.
Say sorry to the listeners.
I'm sorry about
Until
that.
you get peanut butter stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, but that's what it was. It was peanut butter stuck to the roof of your mouth, the fucking TV show. And it was like...
That's it. I'm getting me mallet.
Yeah. It was one of those situations. It was the annoying, high-pitched voice for 30 minutes straight. It was a nonsensical, and not even entertaining plotline. It was just like, what could this person who never had any chance of thinking of anything long form or interesting, what can they come up with for 30 minutes straight? It's 30 minutes of the same shit that actually wasn't that good in the first place. But it really starts to show a lot of its flaws when you fucking make it run for 30 minutes straight,
right,
with none of the shocking factors of it. It was just an ugly fucking face on an orange for 30 minutes. So that was I didn't watch it much. It was like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, because I knew it sucked, and it sucked when I first saw it on the internet, because mine and Red King's sister actually watched Annoying Orange way back when, and I fucking hated it back then. So yeah, and it was one of those things where I was like, there's no fucking, like, this is terrible. I wrote it off as nothing, and the next thing you know, Cartoon Network is like, Annoying Orange.
Annoying Orange.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Alongside of anything CN real. Which that can basically be its own thing.
Like, Destroy, Build, Destroy with Andrew WK. That's pretty cool. That guy's a cool guy.
They also had fucking Bobby Says, and I hated that kid. That's fair. That's mine. That's mine. Annoying Orange is fucking terrible in every sense of the word. There's nothing redeeming about it.
Well, continuing the trend of people being dumb as shit and annoying mouth noises, Jerry Springer.
Oh shit.
That was a crazy show, dude.
That was a pretty crazy segue. Damn. So Jerry Springer was
garbage television. Bro.
At its worst, man. It was so bad.
Like, he fucked my brother and now I'm pregnant with his cousin's kid.
like, like, how?
How though?
Right. Every episode was a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
And they'd get into that heavily bleeped arguments.
Yes.
And then like they'd have to put something on the bottom of the screen so you could, and they wouldn't ever transcribe what they were saying. Instead, they would just show the topic of the episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like Jerry Springer was really weird. Because like all of a sudden all hell would break loose and people would be fighting, and then like 42 seconds later some chick would be lifting her shirt up.
Yeah. Jerry Springer was fucking weird.
What part of this called for your tits? It was insane.
We're throwing hands, not clapping.
Exactly. So I have a story. I have a Jerry Springer story.
Oh no.
Divulge.
Right. So once upon a time,
Scared of this.
when I was just a young lad, we had neighbors in our apartment building.
Oh no.
We're featured on an episode of Jerry Springer.
Oh, shit.
I'm not. I really wish that I really wish I remembered their fucking names. And it wasn't even me who figured it out. It was my dad. And he
Fuck.
Now he was watching it and he literally screamed from the living room, Come here and see this.
I remember that. That was classic.
And it was not just that, right? So there was also another, because apparently my dad is able to recognize all types of fucking ne'er-do-wells from his past in TV shows. There was a show called Gangland.
Yeah.
Where they would interview people in prison who did gang shit. And
I remember that fucking one.
Come in here and look at this. And like, I am probably fucking 14. He's like, look at this guy. I used to hang out with this guy. And he literally told me that he had a reputation for being stabby.
And that
was his reputation, is being stabby. And he went to prison for fucking stabbing somebody.
And it's like, it checks out.
Let me check the script here. Yep. Checks out.
Yeah, but so that was
Yeah.
So Jerry Springer is,
It's the trailer park of TV. Well, even trailer parks probably have a little more class in here.
Nah, Jerry Springer's TLC level.
Jerry, no, yeah. I think TLC.
it'd be TLC live
Yeah.
in front of a live studio audience.
And I think TLC probably saw Jerry Springer and like, let's do all of that.
No,
How can we turn each of those segments into an episode?
Yeah, exactly.
TLC was like, hold my beer. TLC had the one with the two-headed
Dude, they're really fucked up. Like,
it's like exploitative because
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so here's the thing. I'm gonna sidebar this real quick. It becomes exploitative when you're no longer actually learning anything about it. It's just like, hey, look at the freak show. That's pretty much like,
Yeah, they're full on fucking P.T. Barnum.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's so fucked up.
Disguising it as education.
yes,
Which is actually worse.
like not for nothing, but I've watched enough of these series on TLC. When you start to ask how they fuck, you know that you're just being disgusting.
Right.
Because that was the thing. Like
there was
every
actually a fucking
show
show on TLC. Like,
It's like sex sent me to the ER or some shit, right?
No, it was
I do remember that.
Taboo, I think it was.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yep. That was like, oh man.
So there was the guy who was like having sex with his car.
Oh,
That dude, that clip lives rent free in my brain. It was amazing to me because he. Now it's just hilarious how it all turns out, right? He goes to his dad and he's like, "Dad, I love my car." He's like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, son. Everybody loves their car." He's like, "Nah, I love my car physically with my body." He said, "Son, you know, that's ridiculous. I've heard of people who call their cars girls." This dude went all in. He's like, "No, I identify my car as a man."
Oh my!
It was so cool. It was so awesome.
This poor father. Okay, so
No, it was great.
no, it was.
Like the look on this dude's face was amazing.
Imagine the worst confessions.
Okay. I mean, yes, fucking your car is bad, but that's not the worst thing that could happen.
So
like, it could have been like, oh, your son raped children.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's worse things. I'm not gonna say that.
Or he likes to.
Who fucks a car?
True.
That guy.
That guy.
I wonder, like, what is he? It's probably not worth it.
No, it's not worth the thought and the effort.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll do one more show, and
oh my lord.
I can't really top that.
So I actually had a surprise segment that I was gonna throw in. I'm still gonna do it, but I kind of feel like I know what the answer is now.
What?
So I'm gonna do it. We're all gonna do one more show.
Okay.
And then I'll throw in what I was gonna say. But I feel like I know what the fucking answer is gonna be. So
right, because so I'll continue dunking on Cartoon Network. Right? It's easy. Cartoon Network sucks now. Maybe they're pulling their head out of their asses. I haven't.
It's sort of like I feel like they sucked early 2010s, mid 2010s.
No, they've been bad for a lot of decades. Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah. That's
so
just the implications alone.
So no, let me tell you. And the thing about it, right, is it's a very simple concept and it's a very weird concept. His name is Uncle Grandpa. That's his government. He is everybody in the world's uncle and grandpa.
Yeah.
What?
I love that.
He is everybody in the world.
No, I heard what you said. Expound. How?
They don't talk about it
He's
anymore after that. He's like, I'm Uncle Grandpa. I'm everybody in the world's Uncle and Grandpa.
That's literally the first episode.
Yeah.
He goes, "Good morning." And then
because he sound like the worst part is he sounds
mentally handicapped.
Yeah. And then they say that. I'm like,
so
oh boy,
implications unpleasant.
Yep.
And it's one of those
flammable or inflammable. Forget which, doesn't matter. Burn it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, actually. And he's got Gus. His one friend is Gus, and he's a lizard monster.
Yeah.
Pizza Steve, who's a pizza.
I actually
with sunglasses.
He was kind of funny.
The one episode
where
where
he should be an Aqua Teen Hunger Force character.
The one episode where he gets eaten by Ric Flair was the best part of that series. Woo!
Fuck you.
They have realistic flying tiger,
That's the actual name of
which
it.
is a
Jeez, man, we watch some shitty shows.
yeah, it's a photorealistic cropped image of a tiger that flies and farts rainbows.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't watch network television
No.
anymore.
Oh,
So he goes around and he helps people. So like it'll be something where like, oh, somebody spilled a glass of milk and Uncle Grandpa will show up, good morning. And
oh man, I fucking
find some way to make a spilt glass of milk turn into 30 minutes of just like not even comedy, bro. It's like I know what we're gonna do, and then like instead of just cleaning up the fucking milk off the motherfucking table, this dude will do something like jump through a wall. Boom!
He Kool-Aid Man's it?
Yeah, he just Kool-Aid Mans it through the wall. And then and then Gus, who's kind of like the straight man of that group, will be like, hey, Uncle Grandpa, shouldn't we just like clean up the milk? And then Pizza Steve will just be like, nah, dude, just let him do his thing.
yeah,
Like it's that type of thing. And it just continues ad nauseum.
yeah.
Insisting that it's funny.
So that was his thing, because Good Morning was his thing, and to the extent where the whole opening theme was just him saying good morning in different, like, good morning, good morning. Yeah, and it was just music in the back, and it was like you could probably find that shit royalty free on the internet. And it was like, good morning. I'm like, I hate you with every fiber. And like, he was the shittiest design character. Like, he had like fucking over tight overalls. He had like weird, like, it was lederhosen, wasn't it?
No, it was suspenders.
It looked like fucking leader.
It was shorts and suspenders and a Coachella looking ass fanny pack.
Yeah. It was, oh my god. Oh, it was so bad.
It was just dumb. It was just because like the idea of like something being random and being funny. Oh, it's so random. No, being random doesn't work if you're just doing it.
Yeah, you can't intentionally be random.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like, oh man, I hate that. I hate that so much. It's a painfully angering series.
Okay.
So here's the thing. This really comes down to the wire. I'm gonna do an honorable mention first. Super Mountain 4 awesome.
Oh, that one was terrible.
Same fucking time frame, just as horrible.
It was just so really ugly and nasty.
Yeah, everything about it was horrible, and most of these shows got canceled after one season.
Good.
But yeah. They were undeniably bad by every sense of the word. But when it comes to my last choice for a terrible show, I feel like, oh man, this kind of comes down to it, doesn't it? So I'm gonna give it to a block. This is gonna be interesting. So I kind of
you'd have to try to fit extra stuff.
So I kind of fuck, man. No.
Super Mountain 4 awesome might actually be the worst.
Yeah, we're just gonna fucking give it a super. So I was gonna give it to a block, but instead condense it. Super Mountain 4 awesome is actually the worst fucking show I've ever seen. So here's the thing, because there was this weird, and this is kind of what made me bring it up, because there was this weird kind of point in Cartoon Network where they had this theme of like a group of disgusting looking creatures that would go and help people. And like, imagine if that showed up in your, like, what you just saw on that phone. Imagine if that showed up in your front lawn when you had a fucking minuscule problem. You'd probably grab a shotgun at some point. Like, disgusting.
Like this all butts monster. If that all butts monster showed up, and I would kill myself. I wouldn't even try to shoot that fucking thing. I'd save all the ammo and just make sure I stayed dead.
Yeah. And like, it was
But
like
then Uncle
just.
Grandpa's gonna show up and try and resuscitate
But
you.
that makes Uncle Grandpa look like a fucking work of art. Like. So here's the thing: pull up Uncle Grandpa. We'll show in comparison to Chrono here, as he has not experienced the Cartoon Network debauchery as we have. I want him to see what Uncle Grandpa looked like, and so you look at it, right, and at least. I mean,
I vaguely remember commercials for these shows, but I thought they were stupid, so I never watched them.
You just be glad you never did. So, that when you look at Uncle Grandpa, it's a terrible character design, right? But then you look at Super Mountain 4 Awesome, and then suddenly you look at that, and it's like fucking Picasso. I'm like,
well, Super Mountain Fort Awesome might be closer to Picasso's art style because he had all the weird.
Can you not argue with me on this?
They did have Aunt Grandma, who was
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it got a little fucking weird.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Cheese.
Thirst quota cheese.
Yeah. So if you
don't know what it is, just Google it.
Yep, that's it. We're not gonna begrudge on this, but you know it when
it's
it comes
kind
to
of the Cartoon Network things.
Yeah, because there was a point where they just didn't. They were like, so there was not to go into the history of shit, but there was kind of a power struggle a bit, and then a die shift where the head of Cartoon Network changed.
Yeah.
And it kind of went into this thing where it was somebody who was just didn't understand what was actually popping at the time, tried to be progressive, and it was just like oh man, internet's a thing, and fucking what is now known as meme culture is a thing. And they tried to be like ahead of the game.
Okay, but do you know what show actually did this sort of thing well? The Oblongs.
Or the Oblongs.
Was it the Oblongs?
Yeah, because it had a dude with he was a nugget dude. He had no legs.
He got mutated to have
no,
legs
that show was fucking awesome.
No, that show was good.
He was voiced by Will Ferrell.
Yeah, that show was fucking amazing.
That's what I'm saying, though. That show was actually good.
You have to remember they had the fucking midget. He's like, I'm about to climb Mount Skate. I'm like,
that was amazing.
I'm like, that shit was my favorite. I love that show. But yeah, I will go back into this. That I didn't watch too much of Super Mountain 4 Awesome, because once you see one episode of that, and you just because those are the main characters. That right there, that fucking brigade of disgusting you just saw was the main character. So as soon as you see that, in my opinion, you change the channel. So it was like, so I never watched it at length, but I can tell you that I don't think there's much a butt monster could offer me that makes me want to watch that show.
All right. To finish out strong, the shows that killed music on MTV.
Oh, fuck.
Things like Road Rules and The Real World.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot about that. That changed a whole network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of wow.
Because it was the people that were on Jerry Springer given more freedom.
Yeah, and given the limelight. Because
Yes.
I think that's why chicks were showing their boobies on Jerry Springer's, because they wanted their camera on me moment.
Yeah.
MTV, some corporate shill in MTV decided you don't have to do all that. We'll give you and your friends a show.
We'll give you and your friends
all
your booby flashing friends.
No, you're right though, because MTV also had wait. MTV also had 16 and pregnant.
Yeah.
And
So they did it before TLC.
I'm about to man, this is gonna be bad. but I'm gonna try it.
Oh man, please. You've done a lot already.
MTV had 2 shows. One show was 16 and Pregnant. The other show was My Super Sweet 16.
Yep, I knew this was coming.
Oh my gosh, this is bad. How hilarious is that duality? I'm sorry, but
fuck.
you sit there and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm turning 16. I've got a jet.
And a Bugatti.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, this is such a great party. And then on the other side,
Oh fuck.
oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. Tanner won't fucking text me back.
Tanner, what a fucking shit.
My water broke on second shift at McDonald's.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Why did that sound like South Park?
no, he sounds like the. You could do that one voice.
Oh my gosh. No, you actually might be right because that did change the entire. Like MTV till this day only really has like smut programming like
Right.
that. It's like that.
Cheaters.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's just these, just it's reality TV that usually involves over sexualization or like some weird shitty dating dynamic where it's like super fucking old guy and weirdly young girls, or just creepy. Why do these networks turn creepy?
Yeah, it is actually really creepy.
Because I remember I was watching music videos and I'm like sitting there with fucking Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory came out and I was like, fuck yeah! And then suddenly out of nowhere it was like,
Yo, I was not ready for that time warp. Hybrid Theory was an amazing
that
fucking
was
album.
my shit, bro. I have a question though. I have a question.
Here we go.
So this is my surprise round, but I mean maybe there's another one in the running now. Because we've been doing worst shows. What about worst networks? So
Ooh.
it's a bit of an extension, a bit of a surprise.
Right. That's a good bonus. That's a good bonus round. We're okay, right? From now on, it is shots. Critical hit shots.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And now we're finishing it with a shot. We're finishing our binge with a shot.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not going to say TLC because that's obvious. We've been shitting on TLC harder than we've been shitting on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Bravo.
No shit. Really?
Wow. Okay.
Okay, right?
Okay.
So Bravo is very fucking one-dimensional. Bravo has nothing going on. So like, right? Like, I'm not trying to get all fucking political or nothing, but representation does, in a way, matter. But Bravo is so dumb because Bravo will take nothing and nothing's happening at all. But we're like, Buddy's gay though. It's like, is that really? That's the cheapest form of fucking. That's the cheapest form of anything ever.
Yeah, because I honestly don't remember a Bravo TV show that I was ever invested in remotely.
No, because I've seen shows on Bravo, and it's like, it's basic, and it's nothing, and nothing at all is happening. It's just sounds and pictures.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a couple of gay dudes there.
Yeah, and that's what
Like, that is the weakest fucking form of representation ever.
It's like a panning shot of Beverly Hills while some fucking like,
And they're always day drunk.
yeah. Every time.
Wine.
Yes, and they're never doing anything of any importance.
And it's like some vaguely similar pop sounding music in the bag. No lyrics because we're not trying to fucking catch any. Yeah.
And they're arguing.
Yeah, and that's it.
And they're
And
arguing about nothing. There's like, oh my gosh, and literally, and then you just really did that to me. It's like, nah, I didn't know you was gonna act about it like that. And they stand up, and they start like they're not. The sensor beeps just start going crazy.
No. And it does. It just drops right in the center of that shit.
You're like shaky cam. Like, yeah, Bravo is garbage. Worst network.
Oh my gosh.
You got it from Red.
Okay. That's oh man, that's a tough act to follow. Okay. So I'm gonna go with the Hub.
Come on.
So here's the thing. Wait. No. There was another The Hub.
Oh.
So
Don't raise your right hand after mentioning the Hub.
wait. No. Oh no, get that away from me.
Damn.
So
that was
that is what we call a double entendre.
double entendre. Double
I'm not breaking my streak. I hope you know that. So the Hub was actually it was a television network that basically was My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and a bunch of very old shows.
Oh shit! I think I know what you're talking about.
Do you remember that? And it was very weird because it was this weird like
it was Hasbro.
Yeah, it was basically Hasbro shit. So you had the only really current shows you had was Friendship is Magic and that Transformers show. I can't remember what the fuck it was. I want to say Cybertron, but I don't want to be wrong.
Was it Prime? Transformers Prime.
Fuck, it might have been Prime. Yes, because it was.
I think my kids are watching it on Netflix right now.
Not a bad show. It was actually a good show, to be fair.
Word.
But there was really nothing else. And because you could tell because it has, I'm going to say Cartoon Network syndrome, where it's like 90%, I'm going to say 75% was My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and reruns of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Then they had Transformers Prime, and then they had a bunch of other little like rando old ass Hasbro because they didn't want to put the effort into making new ones. They were just like, fuck it, let's go ahead. And they
dominated their own ad space with Hasbro toy ads.
Yeah. It was literally just Hasbro.
It's kind of genius.
It's kind of genius, but I think there's a reason. Is it still there?
Probably.
I
don't have cable, so I don't know.
Me neither. That's the thing. It was, kind of a weird deep cut and also a weird double entendre. But
yeah, bro, I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
is he
about to complain about? There's not enough variety. I get tired of seeing P in V or A
or M.
Word.
There's only so many options.
Holy fuck!
Where's the other?
Yeah, I was fucking flabbergasted.
Yeah, you looked like Flabber.
Fucked up Jay Leno looking asthma.
But no, it was, I will give it to you that I feel like Bravo is actually a remarkably better choice, but this is kind of what I had in mind going into it, and I'm not willing to really change that at this point. My mind is not working that quickly, so.
All right. So just to bring it home, VH1.
Why you gotta hurt me like that?
Man.
Because they did the same damn thing as MTV, but they did it worse.
Oh man, you're right about that. I forget.
Because MTV found their fucking clientele and stuck with it.
Yeah, they really did.
And VH1 was like, oh, well, we'll turn it up to 11 and we'll get all those people.
Yeah.
But they didn't get all those people.
Because at least you could argue MTV, like, still somewhat had at least music adjacent television. Because they had Pimp My Ride, right? Like they had Exhibit on there. Time to age myself with my hip hop choices.
Have you ever listened to any Exhibit's actual music?
So here's the thing. Did you know Exhibit
He's
actually
fucking good.
Yeah, he did a track with Wiz Khalifa. Did you know that? Fucking fantastic. I love that shit. It's such a good. It's called Forever a G, I believe, and it's great.
Okay.
But no, I do agree because VH1 was kind of weird. Because didn't pop-up video come back on VH1?
In a weird, corrupted, not like this way.
Yeah. It wasn't.
You remember pop-up video?
Yeah.
And they would show music videos and then hit you with the factoids.
Yeah.
Sick format.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna. Maybe.
Hey, how about we just start a YouTube channel and just pop-up video?
Yeah, it just turns out as pop-up video.
Whoops. We're gonna call it. I'll figure something out.
But here's the thing about VH1. Do you remember? Because they always had those top whatever.
I love the top.
Yeah, exactly.
Behind the music.
So I will say
Those are really good.
Those were good.
Yeah.
But then they went from that to just shit.
yeah. Because that was really like the last good programming they had. Because like I'll be honest, that was a guilty pleasure of mine. I pretty much watched those every time.
I love the 80s.
Yeah,
I love the 90s.
Yeah.
Those were pretty good.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I indulged. But I think that was pretty much the last good phase of VH1, and then suddenly it was just like, why did you suddenly just become just as smutty as every other? Like
They also did like the what they would do is they did the reality TV dating shows, right? Because ABC had The Bachelor and The Bachelorette because they were classy. They wore suits or something. They had roses. They were all still fucking, and it was disgusting. Cause like, right? You're trying to
pull the veil back. You're just fucking.
Yeah, like not for nothing, but like everyone's going after one person. That shit's worn out.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
oh, jeez. Listen, wait.
I'm not like
The Bachelor was like
The Bachelor's just like a fucking
motherfuckers on one pump jump.
no, like you know how if you put a hot dog on a grill for too long and the casing gets a little like shredded.
Oh shit, dude!
You're really gonna fight for like 12 episodes for shredded Oscar Mayer? Bro, it ain't even a brat.
From hot dog to bologna.
Yeah. Right?
Because they had Flavor of Love, right?
Flavor,
yeah. Then they had Rock of Love. They had
with Brett fucking Michaels from fucking Poison. Like, first of all, you could get an STD by just
looking in his direction.
Breathing the same air.
No, honestly,
By
we should all
Googling
get no. We should all get tested because by uttering his name,
We didn't speak his name.
you heard it.
I heard nothing.
Like
I know. I got.
I
He's just a disgusting fucking person.
Yeah,
His band sucks. Come try me, Brett. Fuck with me.
He had one
I will
like,
kill
fuck
you.
you.
No. I want to get in a beef with a celebrity. And let's go with a has-been.
Why would you,
That way I don't have to get in a clout war.
why would you go with the walking STD?
New from
question.
AMC. The Walking STD.
Okay.
Also, surprise top up visual cortex insider. I don't know.
What?
Jeez, what the?
Pop up video.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't ready for that.
He's been thinking about it.
That's fucked. We're hashtagging that one.
Yeah.
No, we are hashtagging that one.
Yeah, that is exactly ours.
No, that is insane because like VH1 also, so they would do this thing, right, where they would have the has-been, the wash-up, the absolute nonsense piece of shit chump, ain't nothing about him worth shit. Right?
Flavor Flav's just like
And then stack all these, I'm gonna say it, hoes against them, right? And they would get in fights and do crazy shit. And honestly, it was the worst of the worst that made it to the top.
Yeah.
And then
They got a spinoff.
yeah, and then the chick would get a spinoff.
Uh-huh.
Like, you are absolutely right. VH1. Because, like, you take a terrible thing. You've done a terrible thing. And then you make the terrible thing chaotic.
Yeah. Yep.
And
that was, yeah.
Like, MTV was, you know, Road Rules and friggin' Jersey Shore. And
they got Catfish right now, which is actually a good show.
Catfish is hot to fucking death. Can we just say that shit? Have you ever watched it, Chrono? When you go home tonight,
watch it.
Turn on a little Catfish.
That shit's entertaining.
It's like...
Here's the thing, wait, but don't turn it on, because next thing you know, you'll be watching fucking 5-6 episodes. It's addicting.
It's like meth and heroin, and it's very addictive.
Yeah,
because it's, you know, you have somebody who's dating online, and they're dating somebody who's not who they fucking say they are, and they fly you across the fucking country to see this person, and it is never the person on the pictures.
Okay. That actually sounds pretty good.
No, it's really good, and it's still going. And that's how you know you got something.
And it's fucked, because they'll give you, like, once every fucking, like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 episodes, they'll give you one where it's like, it actually is the person. So it's like, oh, fuck, now I'm going to keep watching.
Yeah, you get hooked.
Yeah.
I just got to see if it's actually, because sometimes it's crazy. The dude's like, oh, I'm a record producer, and also I have not just a 6-pack, but I have like an 8-pack.
Yeah.
And I'm also like very, very, very attractive. And then you're like,
it's the comic book guy from The Simpsons.
No, not even that. It really is. They're like, the hosts are like, you know, that probably ain't it, right? And she's like, no, but I believe in it. I believe in that. And they fly this chick across the country, and they meet with him. And he's like, nah, for real though. My phone was really just being a piece of shit. Like, I didn't want to video chat you because I was actually in the studio. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is just the shot that you need to keep you going.
And with that, it is the last call. We are Critical Hit. The drink of the night was varied and insane.
Yeah, but to go back over this is quite a list. Hold on, wait. Boom. There you go. Read them.
Yep. Wild Little Thing, slightly sour ale. Piggyback barrel aged rye smash, and MC Squared double India pale ale.
The promo is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Hit us up on, right? That was disgusting. I'll never do that again. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Let's fucking go.
Okay, he's getting good at it.
On Twitter at CritHitOfficial. Any subscriptions and follows, they help us out tremendously. We like to know who likes us, because we like you. New episodes every Thursday at noon. Till then, drink hard, play responsibly, and turn off them shitty dating shows.
Never, I will never.